We're going to turn to the race for the White House now. President Biden, he's one step closer to securing the Democratic nomination after winning the South Carolina primary on Saturday.
This comes as former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley tries to catch up to former President Trump just ahead of that Republican primary that's in her home state. Let's bring in our White House correspondent, MaryAlice Parks, who's tracking it for us. Only, 4% of registered voters showed up on Saturday. Have you heard why there was such a low turnout?
Well, look, on the one hand, this was not a competitive primary, and so we talked to a lot of leaders there who said it was just hard to get people out to vote when, of course, the results were a foregone conclusion. Everyone knew that Biden was going to win. But that low turnout number is significant to me because they invested there. Democrats tried to downplay it, but they spent a lot of money, a lot of time and resources. The president went twice, the vice president 3 times since the start of the year to celebrate this big move of the party moving South Carolina first, and really elevating the voices of black voters in particular by making that change to their schedule. So I think the fact that they couldn't pull that many people out to vote could really speak to that challenge the president is facing in exciting Democratic voters. And I heard that from a lot of voters themselves. Take a listen to this piece of this interview I did with a restaurant owner there in Columbia, South Carolina. He talked about how he feels like Biden made a lot of campaign promises but hasn't delivered, at least not as much as he'd like to have seen.
Like I said, you do have a lot of undecided voters right now who are uncommitted on voting right now, and those promises, they're huge. They were huge promises. Some people feel like, you know, they're taken for granted or they're not heard, and there hasn't been any change that was promised. Last time, I do want to see some of those things done. Mm-hmm. Student loan, the student loan plan, I want to see that done. I want to see healthcare overhauled.
Yeah.
Small business tax breaks for the small business owners, and also for, middle and lower class. I want to see more done for us.
So he voted for Biden in the past, but says that he's not sure yet come November.
Yeah, it's not a great sign, but this is really a campaign that nobody wanted, right? I mean, it's a done deal. We're going to get Biden and Trump again. And I just wonder, Biden obviously thinks that he beat him once, he can beat him again. But the people that fellow you talked to right there and others, everybody's kind of disgusted with it. And that could impact Democratic turnout for Biden in the fall. I mean, I wonder if there's concern that what you saw in South Carolina, people not showing up even though the president asked them to, that's kind of ominous sign for the Democrats.
It's really interesting, especially when you throw in Nikki Haley's name in South Carolina. That business owner that we were just hearing from, he said he liked Nikki Haley when she was governor. He voted for her twice, even though he'd also voted for Biden. He said if she somehow were to become the Republican nominee, he would really consider voting for her in a general election. But when I asked him about Trump, he laughed. He said absolutely not. And he thinks that Trump will be a motivator for Democrats and potential Democratic voters. And that was something I heard time and time again from really strong base Democratic voters. They feel sure about the fact that Trump will help rally Democrats, that he gets people out to vote against him. I had a conversation with a whole group of college students who help run the college Democrats there in the state, and they came back to this time and time again. They thought they'd be able to convince people they just can't vote. They have to make sure that they vote to keep Trump out of office. Take a listen.
I mean, well, I feel like, a sense of the apathy, especially around college students and young people, it comes from the fact that they simply feel like politics is far away. When you can point to a specific piece of legislation and saying, this is how this is going to affect you, and here's what we collectively can do about it, I mean, I feel like it just makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, on issues like gun safety and climate change, those college students said that they are working and planning to work to help get Biden reelected.
MaryAlice Parks, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.